Hi, I'm Katie, and this is my pup Arendelle, and we have been on the road now for 2 years, and this is a story about how we got our van. 2020 is a year that shifted all of us, and for me, being stuck in quarantine, it was the year that I truly started to dive into van life. I started following tons of other van lifers on social media, started joining Facebook group for solo female van lifers, and really started to build the courage to be able to actually think I could do this myself. And so that summer I made the bold choice to sell my house and to pursue van life. And just a few months later, after selling my house, I began the process of searching for vans. And this was now in December of 2020. And vans were very hard to find. I knew that I wanted a ProMaster because it's wider than some of the other van options, and it just seemed easier to build with what I needed. It took me about a month to even find one that was in my price range and within the mileage that I wanted, and it was 14 hours away from where I was located in Virginia. This video is about that journey of me traveling to go get my van and bringing it back home to start my van build. It has now been over 2 years since I bought my van, and in future videos I'm going to be showing you exactly how I built it out and every step along the way. Keep in mind that these videos are 2.5 years old and some of them are not the best quality. So it is early on a Sunday morning, getting up and driving to the airport to pick up a rental car to drive it 14 hours to go get my van. On the drive, I was able to stop in Nashville and Memphis and have a little fun along the way.
We just pack these in so we can move them.
I'm inside the van. About to turn on the van for the first time. Maybe. There it goes. So can I just say, I just drove a freaking huge van through the middle of town, and it really wasn't that bad. It actually drives really easy. So, and I had to at the dealership, I had to wiggle, there's a mailman behind me. I had to wiggle it out of this really narrow spot with the truck in front of me and stuff. I'm pretty proud of myself. After getting it inspected by a mechanic, I was sold, and they had one of their staff follow me to drop off my rental car, and it was mine. Here she is. Is it a she or a he? I don't know. I guess I can decide that for myself. But I guess here's Mingo. Look how far these doors go back. Crazy time. I just bought a van. So excited. Look how pretty it is. I have been planning for this for months, and it's just finally happening. I took a moment to take my first pictures with the van and then got on the road. I'm driving my van. I'm not gonna look at you though, but I'm driving my van. And this is crazy. I have a van. When my mom was driving me to get my rental car, I was like, so did you think when I told you that 4 months ago or whatever it was that I wanted to sell my house and buy a van and all that this was actually going to happen? And she was like, yeah, actually, I had no doubt that that's what it was going to be. So the fact that I've gotten to this point, sold my house, I've now bought my van, it's crazy. This is crazy time. I brought with me some supplies to camp out on the way back, and it was the middle of December and extremely cold. I have my candle, and I have little lanterns, and I have 2 sleeping bags. It was freezing, but I was happy. I survived my first night in the van. It got cold a little bit, but nothing too unbearable. The next day, I drove about 8 more hours and stopped somewhere in the middle of Tennessee. I might have gotten my van stuck. Yay! I'm going to try to dig this out more. By the way, I'm using a stick to dig with. So it's just a super fun time. I'm hoping that with digging some and the morning frosted ground will help me get out. But for right now, I literally can't do anything. So I'm gonna dig some more, but then I'm not gonna worry about it.
because that's pretty much all I can do. And then if I can't get it out in the morning, I will call a tow company or something to come get me out. What are you gonna do?
The morning frost did not help, and this is an actual campground that said that people can park down by the river, but my van was too heavy and just sunk right in. Second day of me having my van. Unfortunately, last night it got stuck. There has to be a first for everything. I'm currently waiting on a tow company to come and get her out, and then get back on the road so we can get home to Virginia and start the build. And yeah, so there's a first for everything, and hopefully I'm just getting it out of the way sooner rather than later of me being stuck. Happens to happen again, you know, I'll have the proper shovels and traction pads and whatnot. So if this does happen again, hopefully I can be able to get myself out. But right now I was not prepared for it. But the more I drive my van, the more I learn about it and what it can handle and what it can't. And it got stuck, and it happens, and that's okay. So you'll learn. When I called the tow company, they were very familiar with my spot and had pulled out many vehicles from this area before. I'm just grateful it wasn't anything too serious, and coming up in the next video, I will show you all about installing my floor.